A noun. 1. An ogre. 2. An obstacle or problem difficult to get to grips with. This unusual sounding word comes from Norwegian. Brachygraph. A noun. Certain old systems of shorthand. Brasero. A noun. 1. A brazier. 2. A place for burning criminals or heretics. Braw. An adjective. 1. Fine, splendid. 2. Dressed finely. This variant of brave features in that allegedly typically Scots saying, "It's a bra bricht möglich nicht." Brim, a verb, to clean a ship's bottom by burning off seaweed and shells, etc. Brever, or might be pronounced brever, I'm not sure. A noun, a bookkeeper or record keeper. Oh my goodness. Briarian, I'm not sure, an adjective relating to Briareus, a 100-handed giant in Greek mythology, many-handed. Bricol, a noun, a medieval military catapult for hurling stones. Brio, a noun, liveliness, vivacity, spirit. This is the Italian word for liveliness or vigour, and English speakers would most likely encounter it in the musical instruction combrio, which means with vivacity. I had a particular conductor once when I was in an orchestra whose hair we knew when it was combrio because his hair would fly about his head because he was being vivacious. Brock, a noun. 1. A dry-built circular tower of the late Iron Age common in Scotland. 2. A luminous ring around the moon. Brocken, spectre, a noun. The shadow of an observer, enlarged and often surrounded by coloured lights, thrown onto a bank of cloud, a phenomenon sometimes encountered on mountaintops. This phenomenon can be seen on any bank of clouds, but it has been so often witnessed upon the Brocken, a peak in the Harz Mountains of Germany, that it has taken its name from it. Bromidrosis. Maybe bromidrosis. Bromide, I'm not sure. Bromidrosis. Noun, the secretion of ill-smelling sweat. This affliction is also known as osmidrosis. Takes its name from the Greek bromos, meaning a stink. Brompton, stock. A noun. A biennial variety of the stock plant Matthiola incana. This plant, also known as gillyflower, was first developed in Brompton Park in London. It takes its botanical name, Matthiola incana, from Mathiol, a 16th century botanist and doctor who was personal physician to Maximilian I of Austria. Brouhaha, brilliant word, a noun, fuss or excitement, clamour or an instance of this. Brummagem, a noun. 1. With a capital, the city of Birmingham. 2. A thing made in Birmingham, especially something showy and worthless. Or an adjective, showy and worthless, a sham, a counterfeit. This variant name for Birmingham dates back to the 17th century and is the source of the current informal names of the city, Brum, and its inhabitants, Brummies. Since that time, the city has been a centre for the production of all manner of metal objects, including swords, cutlery, buckles, buttons, snuff boxes, trinkets, and costume jewellery. The sheer quantity of objects produced meant that some were of inferior quality, could say brumus, potentially. An adjective meaning foggy or wintry. Bugle, an adjective, one of or towards or relating to the cheek, to relating to the mouth, or oral. I'm assuming there's some connection to also bucco there, beef cheeks. Puddle, a noun, a sloping container for washing or. Bugaboo, cute, a noun, one, a bogey, or object of terror, two, a cause of anxiety. A bug is an obsolete name for an object of terror. It comes from Middle English buge, which may itself be derived from Welsh. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that because there are no vowels. BWG, meaning a hobgoblin. Bullbeggar, a noun, a hobgoblin. Bullfist, a noun, the puffball fungus. Bullyrag or ballyrag, a verb, one, to assail with the abusive language or horseplay, two, to badger or to intimidate. Bumble puppy, a noun, the old game of 9 holes, two, unscientific whist or bridge, three, a racket game in which a string is wound around a post by hitting a slung ball or bag. Bummel, a noun, one, a stroll, two, a leisurely journey. Bürmel is a German word. Jerome K. Jerome's sequel to Three Men in a Boat was Three Men on the Bürmel. Bummel, I'm not sure, B-U-M-M-E-L, which relates the adventures of Jay, the narrator, Harris, and George on a cycling tour of the Black Forest. It was used as a school text in Germany for many years. Buskin, a noun, one, a high, thick-soled boot worn in ancient times by actors in tragedy, two, tragedy as a dramatic genre. Busyness, a noun, a collective name for a group of ferrets. Buttock mail, a noun, the fine formerly exacted by the church and commutation of sitting on the stool of repentance. The stool of repentance was formerly a means of punishing wrongdoers within the Church of Scotland. Those who had offended in some way were obliged to sit on an elevated seat in church, in full view of the congregation. The minister would then chastise them publicly. Through buttock mail, an offender could avoid the humiliation of the stool of repentance by paying a fine instead. Mail is a Scots word meaning a payment. And here ends the letter B in Foyle's Philavery.